Hey, how's it going? It's Tim Brown, and I'm talking with Cam Harris today about how to use video to recruit. How you doing, Cam?
I'm doing fantastic. Cannot complain. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well, man. The summer's coming in Minnesota. It's glorious. How's it down? You're in Dallas or
Yeah.
in Texas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dallas. Summer
How's it
has
down there?
arrived.
Getting hot
It is
yet?
hot. It's
Yeah.
hot. I think it's been
Yeah.
like 90 degrees every single day for like the last 2 weeks. It's hot.
Nice, man. I lived down in Dallas for like 3 or 4 years, man. I love the music scene down there. We had a band
Yes.
down there. It was good times.
Nice.
But give us a little bit of background, and then we'll get into the how to use video to recruit stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Cam Harris. I used to go by Spider-Man on the Roof back when I used to sell roofs. I worked for a company that a lot of people are familiar with, Able Restoration. We recruited, we went from like 10 to 15 reps to about 100 reps working out of a basement in about 6 months. So we did a lot of recruiting. And after getting out of the roofing industry, after working Hurricane Irma, I really fell in love with video and started making videos for a lot of the top roofing contractors, Restore Masters, CMR, Quick Roofing, Crest, and just kind of like my name just kind of like spread it around. So had some fun, started a company called Contractor360. Where we do a lot of video content for different areas of construction businesses.
Mm-hmm. Love it. So
Yes.
not just roofing, some other construction too.
Yeah, so yeah, we've worked with even tech in the roofing industry. So like Roof Hawk, we've worked with painting businesses, but majority of my clients are roofing contractors since that's my background.
Yes, I'm not. My background isn't in roofing, but yeah, mostly roofers now. But so why? The first question is why use video for recruiting? I just put out a blog or a post today with just an image and I tried to make it persuasive, but it was a long text post on social media about recruiting. And I'm okay if you roast me. Why is a video more persuasive than something like that?
Yeah, so video, it really it creates emotion. Like you said, like we talked about shortly, a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? And in video, there's thousands of pictures. So it can really create emotion. It can really share what your company culture is like. With roofing companies particular, there is a lot of them. So what makes your company any different? We're all selling the same product. We're all using the same subcontractors. What's going to make your company different is that culture. And that's how we grew really fast at Able, was we were showing that culture. People didn't even know that we were selling roofs. There was no selling roofs in our videos. It was just all about culture, and people wanted to come work with us. We had people flying from different states to come work with us in Maryland, Virginia. So no one was there in that market. People were flying to come to our market, which is why I think Ben is someone that I recruited. He's recruiting the same way now with the company that he's with. People are flying in to come work with them because it's that culture. It's that sense of like, I want to be a part of something bigger.
Talking Ben Menchaca?
Yeah, and that's my guy.
Yeah. I love the dude. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yes,
Great mindset.
Killer. Yeah, killer.
All right. So what are the components of video that work to get people excited and kind of into a company?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been talking about this quite a bit over the last couple of weeks with different contractors. And the biggest thing is almost like how we get testimonials from our customers. It's also getting testimonials from your actual reps themselves. So showcasing that in video form where you're asking a rep, what they like about the culture, how much money that they've been able to make, not necessarily particular on the actual percent or the actual amount of money they've been making, but, how fast were they making money? Are they happy with the money that they're making? What they like about working with the company the most, showing that, but then also showing like the company having fun, whether it's, Top Golf or going to the beach or just having fun inside the basement like we used to. If you look up Able Nation on Vimeo, you can see some of our recruiting videos, and we didn't talk about roofs. It was the craziest thing. It was the craziest thing. So really just showcasing what it's like to work at your company. Is there training that you provide? Do you make sure that your reps are successful? Is there a quick start program? really just giving all that value and showing why your company is the company to work for. Because as you know, in today's society, there's so many ways to make money. Everyone's really a free agent. So people don't have to work for you. They can work for themselves. They can start their own roofing company. Why is it important that they actually work with you, and why you're going to work for them is really the answer that you need to come up with.
So the problem with video, from my point of view, I love video, by the way, but the problem with it is that you can make the most glorious video in the world, but if no one sees it, it's not going to get any effect, or if the right people don't see it. So how do you get this video in front of the right people?
Great question. One thing that I would suggest is obviously, being a website guy is having some type of web page on your website that's linked to recruiting, putting that video on there, driving some traffic from Google or Facebook or YouTube, and just putting it in front of people, or retargeting that video when someone lands on that page if they're looking. The second way is obviously having people within your, people within your actual organization, sharing it out to their friends and family, anyone that's interested in doing it. So it doesn't matter if it has like thousands of views. It's really that one person that you need, because most companies, they don't need 50, 80 reps. If you have 10 to 15 solid reps, you can do a lot of damage. So it's really just getting in front of the right people. The third way I would say is creating a presentation, because the big thing that I always tell companies is, if you can take, I have a network marketing background, if you can take the network marketing model and bring it into roofing, companies will have a lot more success in recruiting reps, right? A lot of companies are putting posts on Indeed or on Facebook for a job post for a rep to make $60,000 to $100,000 a year. But your most powerful reps aren't going to come from those platforms, because most of those people that are applying to that are wanting an actual job. And in this industry, as of yet, it's usually you have to go, you eat what you kill, and it takes about 90 days to get paid. So that person really has to want it. And how they're going to do that is if they know someone at your company that has made it, it's going to make them stay around a lot longer. So by taking that model of network marketing and recruiting from within, meaning me, Cam, I work at a set company, and then my friend Johnny sees that I'm making money, and he reaches out to me, or I reach out to him, and I say, yeah, I've been making about $8,000 every month, et cetera, et cetera. And the person's like, really? If you can make $8,000, then I for sure can make $8,000. That's how I got in the industry. That's how Ben got into the industry. Most people that you talk to that are a sales rep in the roofing industry most likely came from someone else telling them like, hey, this is where you make money. No different than network marketing. Same thing. Most network marketing companies, they recruit because I knew that person was selling for that company.
Are you sick of what passes for leads these days? What's wrong with share leads? Or Facebook ad leads? Yeah! Not much, unless you want to be the lowest bidder on every job. I wear a lot of hats, but search engine marketing and website, I've passed off to a Google specialized team.
Can you share as much specifics so people can do this, if they can do this on your own? I know that you help people with this as well if they want.
Yes.
But so you said culture stuff, and you said talk about how cool it is to work there and stuff like that, and mix it with culture stuff. Can you give some more specifics of types of things you've seen that worked really well, like to get people on board? Give me a story, like of somebody that used you for this and had a great experience, and what their video was like. Why did it get people?
Yeah. So let's see here. We've done quite a few recruiting videos. Let's say the biggest example that I'm going to have is with Able. But because most of the companies I do, so most of the companies I do it for, I make it for them, and they handle it on their own. There hasn't been too many where we run ads, but so with Able, like I said, if you search Able Nation on Vimeo, you can see that, or I can send you a link and you can post it with it. But you'll see it's just like little breaks. So number one, the first thing you want to do is obviously get the testimonials. So one night we are all in the basement, one by one, we all sat in front of the camera, and then we just did a minute of just talking about our experience with Able, not mentioning roofs, like I said, not mentioning what we sell, but just my experience. Like, hey, I've been here. My goals are to do this, and so far I'm almost there. We've been able to do this. We've been able to accomplish that now, so on and so forth. So you'll see it in the video.
So it's kind of money. Like in that case, it was kind of money.
Yes.
Like you guys were sharing money goals.
Yes.
And talking about what you're doing to hit those money goals and how this is an okay place to make money.
Yes.
I like that.
That's exactly right. Because with sales, we're all money motivated. Anybody that's in sales is in sales to make money. Of course you want to help people too, but it's all about making that. It's all about making a dollar and feeding your family at the end of the day. So it's all about that. Yeah. So that's number one.
Mentioned that the network marketing principles, was there a little bit of like a downline principle in that business that made it? Because I don't know anything about that. So maybe just for me, if you give me like 30 seconds on what that was like, because maybe other people don't know about it too.
Yeah. So great question. So in network marketing, they call it a pyramid, right? There's one person at the top, and then every company is formed the same way, right? You have a CEO, then you have a C-level suite, then you have the managers, then you regional managers, so on and so forth. So it's kind of like the same concept we did at Able. Able wanted to build a company to where people didn't want to go off and start their own company, that, hey, you could have basically your own organization within Able. So once you were put in work, you can get promoted to a manager. Once you got promoted to a manager, you can start building out your own team. So like, for example, when I recruited Ben was on my team. Anything that Ben do and he closed a deal, I would get a percentage off of that deal. So that's kind of like how we built it. So it's like that.
Wait, you hired Ben Menchaca? You got Ben into the business?
Yes.
Dude.
Yes. So
you're a legend in your own right just for that. Getting that dude over to roofing.
And it was not easy. Ben was, because I knew him from network marketing, right? And I knew that he was a stone cold sales rep within network marketing, that he can present to people, he can sell, he can close. But in network marketing, you're not really making any money in network marketing. So I knew if he came over to roofing that he could make some real money. And so it took me about probably 6 to 8 months to finally get him where he finally had his day of discuss. And he packed all the stuff out, came out to Maryland, and the rest is history. But that's exactly how it's done. I was just telling a company this morning, like when a new rep comes on, just like network marketing, have them make a list of the top 20, 25 people or 100 people that he knows that might be interested in making money. And let's invite them to a presentation. No different than network marketing. You invite your friends to a presentation. We give a presentation on what we're selling and who we're helping. And then there's an opportunity attached to it that you can make some money. And then you sign up. So it's the same concept that is in roofing. You take that concept, I promise you, you'll get solid reps versus doing the Indeed route and someone coming in for an interview. Like there's no interview. If I vouch for Ben, you're joining on the company. You have to sign all your paperwork and all that, but there's no interview needed, because in roofing, if you sell something, you make something, and we're not paying you as like a job. So there shouldn't be no interview as far as that. You say you want to work. All right. Day one, so no, we're going out to the field. It's time to get to work. You know what I mean? So that's the best way to do it, hands down.
Awesome. Any other specifics you want to share about like the formula on these videos that might work the best?
Yeah. So step one, getting the testimonials of everyone. Step two, having some type of team event. What I mean by that is in network marketing, there's always like a monthly meetup, right? Where we're giving the company updates. We're going over new spiffs or whatever. So get everyone in like a hotel room or a conference room, and then you're getting footage of that, right? Of all the people in the room and people speaking, just like what they call B-roll footage, like secondary footage. That's number two. Number three, get like culture type of stuff. So we used to do things like where we're, dancing, having fun, or you're doing top golf, or you're doing golfing, some type of team event where you're actually doing some type of extracurricular activities. So with those three things, now you have all the components that you need to make this really cool recruiting video. Number one, well, nowadays, like you just said, you can create certain reels of just that rep himself, but also you can have this big video where you have the testimonials broken up. So you got 6 different people talking at 6 different times, little specific points, and then you have the B-roll footage showing them having that good time. And so with those 3 components, you can put a nice recruiting video together, and you have little splices that you can use separate.
So you can find a local videographer near you, and you could also use Cam if you're interested in talking to you guys. How does someone get a hold of you, and what's the next step if they want to work with you?
Yeah, so yeah, just like Tim was saying, it's really easy. You can find a local videographer to do it, plan out those 3 different events. It might cost you a couple $1,000s, but you'll have everything you need to recruit reps.
I mean, I just want to say the difference is if you're working with Cam and his team, there's knowing what to get, like, is really the most important thing, and knowing how to get it in such a way that's going to be interesting. Because if you just do this as a sad iPhone video, you're not going to get this sucker very attractive. I mean, and I strongly suggest getting started in video with an iPhone and doing all that. But once you're ready to really seriously attract business and attract employees with this, I think stepping it up a notch really reflects well on your company. So yes, and I think the local guy might not know the vision as well as Cameron has already done this and knows what the vision needs to be, and probably knows how to make it hype, I'm guessing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, drum up those emotions, because it's more than just that recruiting video, right? It's the next step. Like I tell people about, what is your onboarding process like with reps, right? Is it just like how I did, where they come in, you pair them with a sales manager, and then you hit the field and then they learn, where it's like a kind of like a crash course? Or do you want to try to build yourself like a corporation, like a real company, and then have like an onboarding process, like network marketing, a fast track to success videos, training videos on what roofing materials look like, what hail damage look like, getting your training platform together. So we like to work with companies that want to do the whole picture, hence the 360 all the way around. So not just a recruiting video, but what that training process is like when they get on it. So you can put it in a video form, so everyone's getting that same process, if that makes sense.
I love it. What's the .com again?
What's that?
What's the website that they can go to?
Oh yeah, so you can go to our website, contractor360.io, or you can look us up on Facebook. You can look me up on Facebook, and just get on a phone call and seeing how many reps you have, what your goal is, what your vision is, and putting that piece together. Obviously, if you don't have a web page dedicated to recruiting, that's where you gotta hit up Tim and get you a good website. Hey.
To me, part of like all the value of this is not even just like the videos being shot. It's like consultation around it, and knowing what you might want or need, and what you've seen work for companies like Able, and what you've seen work for these other roofing contractors that know that have seen significant success and better reps. You're not just getting more reps, but getting better reps because of the way that this reflects on the company. The likelihood of getting better people is higher. So if you need better people, if you're struggling with a little bit of the deficit, it feels like of people right now, like all of us are, this might be a really good next step on your marketing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 100%.
Is there anything else you want to share with our audience before we wrap up here, man?
Yeah, I would just say, just keep doing what you're doing. You became an entrepreneur and a business owner for a reason. So you're obviously doing some things right. And there just might be little fixes like that. So if you're, when it comes to recruiting and you're tired of the no-shows, and you're tired of the Indeed applications, and you're tired of that, look at doing like a network marketing style type of recruiting, and then make sure you have your own training platform. Make sure you have people that are there as far as team outside of your company, like Tim, like myself, that are passionate about seeing your success, no matter what that means. You've got all the tools you need. You've got all the know-how. You just need some help in certain areas. So I'm here, free consultations. If you needed some ideas, like I just had coffee with a roofer where I just gave him a whole bunch of ideas with nothing expected in return. Just like, hey, you've been having trouble with recruiting, try this, and this, and this, and this, and see how that works. So I'm willing to do that as well for anybody that's watching.
What's a good marketing tip when a storm hits?
Yes. So the one thing that I know works time and time again is a neighborhood campaign is what I call it, sales rep incentivized marketing. So there's a couple parts to this. Number one is after fresh storm, you can hit the whole neighborhood, but making a neighborhood service announcement video. So you're getting in the neighborhood. Hey, we're in the neighborhood of X name. We've notated that there's a storm on X amount of date. The hail size was this big. We've sent out letters to each homeowners that have been affected. If you get that letter, open it, read it, and make sure to contact us so we can come out and check your property. So what you do is, instead of like how most people do neighborhood campaigns, which is send letters out there very generic, hello neighbor, hey Greenwood neighborhood owner or whatever, actually personalize it. So hey Jack, hey Cam, hey Tim, this is Cameron with ABC Roofing. This letter is actually in regards to your property at 123 Main Street. This is due to a storm that happened on X amount of date. So that way you can send the letter to the actual property owner. So it doesn't matter if it's a rental, it doesn't matter if it's an actual homeowner. If it's a rental, then you can send it to the address that are on the county appraiser's website. So how you do that is you get like there's an app called Landglide where you can literally go to the neighborhood and just mark up each house, which you can do that from anywhere, because if the whole neighborhood is damaged, you don't have to pick a certain house. So you just pick all of them. You extract that data, and then it has their name, the address of where the actual owner lives. And then you mail merge that to a letter, send those out, and then track those calls. Use call rail or something like that and track those calls. And you can do it for each one of your reps. And yeah, me too. Big fan. But that way you can start getting calls. So now you're hitting with multiple touches. Yeah, of course you're going to door knock, but having the letter hit them, then you have that video that you made, put that on a 1 mile radius in that neighborhood, put $5-10 a day on it so people can see it. So you're just getting all these multiple touches. So now you're everywhere versus just door knocking. And that's my tip.
Awesome, man. I love it, dude. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Podcast is put on. Absolutely. Podcast is put on by hookagency.com, Hook Agency, all over social. Appreciate you guys watching and listening. All right, bye.